We have Miss Pat of the Miss Pat Show here joining the MoCo crew. And Miss Pat, that's my mom right there, my snook. My sister is a co-host, Nicole, and then my wife is a co-host, Serena. So we have a podcast. You know, we cover sports, business, entertainment, all of that. And we're excited to talk to you because you have a pretty amazing journey, like just all the way around. And you started with a memoir. So I want to start there. Like, a lot of people ain't writing memoirs and doing that. So what made you just like get in there and just do that?
Girl, let me start by saying I ain't wrote no damn memoir, okay?
Okay.
my GED don't expand that far, okay? But I know how to tell a good story. I was approached a couple of years back by a young lady who heard me on the podcast. And she just came up to me and said I had a story. So, you know, it's Hollywood and I'm from the streets. So I'm like, girl, get out of my face. I don't want to hear that. Because, you know, they'll tell you got a story. Next thing you know, you be doing cocaine. So I'm very leery when you run up on me because I'm from the streets. And, you know, she turned out to be genuine. And she helped me get a book deal with through HarperCollins, and which is a part of Day Street. Day Street is part of HarperCollins. And we wrote a book. And it started, nice. Well, the journey didn't start there, but to get the message out there or to get my story out there really started there.
Wow. And so like, I can believe that though. If somebody's like, hey, I want to write a book with you and do all these things. It could sound a little bit like, yeah, all right, I've heard that before. But then when it started to become real, like when did for you was like, oh, this is really about to be some things. I mean,
when they gave me a deposit.
When that check came, when that check cleared,
I was like, the first thing I said, these white people gonna give me all this money to tell this damn story that I be telling on the phone to my friends all the time.
Yes, yes, and that's exactly it. That's
but you have an amazing story, though. You have an amazing story. So I mean, I'm sure that is helped a lot of people because I mean, just reading about you is like, wow, it sounds like something that could be a movie or a show, like as you did.
Fact.
Yeah. You know, it all started, you know, I'm from Atlanta, so I grew up here in the inner city of Atlanta. And I guess that's where all the crazy story come from. My grandfather had a bootleg house. And that's the
So did my grandmother.
You know, my granddad would keep the change around the refrigerator. And back in the day, bootleg alcohol came in gallon jugs. So he would keep it locked up. It looked like cold water in the refrigerator, but it was actually moonshine. No, hey man, I'm on a computer. I'm sorry, them keys.
You know,
I love it. That's real.
A real life suburban mom, right? Come on with it.
We know all about that.
So, you know, that's where the journey started at the bootleg house with my granddaddy. So I just told those stories and people started to pay attention. I really didn't think, you know, the stories was funny. I try to tell everything funny because I hate for people to cry. I don't need your tears. I've cried my own tears. And one of the messages that I always try to get out there, when you can take the darkest things in your life and laugh about it, then you have control. Because I mean, I could tell the same story and make you cry. And then I could turn around and tell that story again and make you laugh. So I just choose laughter over everything. You know, even if y'all watch the season 2 of the Miss Pat Show, we talked about molestation, my mama boyfriend who molested me, but it's all in a funny way. And people like, how can you laugh at that? Well, I couldn't control the thumbs that went up my ass, but I can make jokes about the thumbs that went up my
Miss
ass.
Pat, I see. That's exactly but that's interesting because all comedians do the same thing though. You take real life situations and you find the humor in it on your own. We were talking to Shantae
you found
Wayne.
a way to at least, you know, you found a way to cope. That was your way to cope. You know, I mean, like,
yes.
Yeah. I mean, because we're all sitting here,
well,
we're oh, I think.
Let me turn my cell phone on, girl. I'm getting a phone call. Sorry. I told you, my kids hooked this shit up. I don't know. I was like, what is it? I actually thought the lights went out.
This is, you know, like speaking of kids, so they see everything going on. So do you talk to them or do you keep it like 100% honest and real with them about everything that's happened in your life?
So my kids are grown. I have a 36, a 35, a 24, and a 22. I have custody of my niece kids. My third set of crack babies, which I'm done. I ain't taking care of no more family kids. Everybody can go to hell. I'm done. I'm 50. I'm old. I'm done doing babies. I've had one, she's be 10. I've had this girl since she was 2 weeks old. My two's been tied. I don't had all my abortions that I'm have. I'm done.
You know, that makes
it seems like everybody being done now, now Roe versus Wade being overturned. Right. That's a whole nother subject.
I'm from the hood. There's somebody cooking up an abortion clinic in their kitchen. Oh my God. What's wrong with that? The same way you can buy ass, you can buy some scissors to do what you need to do. And black folks will sell you anything. Watch how many of these pop-up kitchen abortions happen. Don't let them white folks take it out the market.
No lie though. For real.
That makes me think of something though, because now with the way, I know you still here now, with the way that people's feelings are set up, the times, do you feel like you need to change the way you deliver comedy? Because you cover gender, pronouns, you cover everything, but you do it, you just...
I do the hell I want to do. They let me do what the hell I want to do. I mean, like everything is funny because I was thrown into that gender now pronoun thing. My daughter brought a kid home like that one day. And so I'm 50, y'all. Either you was gay or you was straight. You was a sissy or you was a girl or boy. That's what we called them back in the day. You can't say them words anymore. No. But I had never heard of him, them, there, and there. Pronouns. So I was like, what you mean non-gender? I mean, actually, the whole the gender neutral thing came because I didn't know what they was talking about. I was like, you Neutrogena? And my daughter was like, no. But because, I have a gay daughter. So I know what it is to be gay. But all these other pronouns, that confused the shit out of me. So I'm sorry. So when it was time to...
we real. We're keeping it real.
I said, hey, I met a kid like this through my daughter, which was very interesting because you wouldn't say he was a boy or girl. He just say pronouns. I'm like, well, shit, I just learned nouns in school. Well, what's your verbs? Because
your verbs.
I honestly think that's the beauty of your show, though. Like you cover these topics, and I be crying, real tears, laughing because we all had
they're real serious topics. But and you're not the only one. I'm sure like a lot of people are confused, about it because it's a very complex subject to talk about, But the way that you talk about it is hilarious, and it brings it's like everything doesn't have to be so over serious, like you said earlier.
Yeah, because dealing with me, I'm a gay. My daughter, my first child is gay, and that's why I also did a gay episode because as Black people, you're taught if you're not man and woman, it's something wrong with you, especially back in those days. Because I'm 50 now, and so I wanted to do the episode of my daughter being gay because I went to prison for trafficking cocaine, and something I did not like was gay women. But when that crap come into your household and you love your child, you start to take off your hat and say, well, hell, I ain't the one got to eat her. I can still love my child.
Get snuck like, I
feel you. That's deep now. That's real deep.
I said, well, I'm judging when she put her mouth on. That ain't my damn mouth. I just know I wouldn't eat what I give out. But hey, so it made me change my mind about the whole my daughter being a lesbian because in the end, I do love my child. Right. And it opened my world up, hold on for a second. Can y'all be quiet? I'm scared to put you on mute because I'm going to cut the camera out because I don't know how to do it. So,
I kind of like the real mom life happening.
I was going to say, I love that.
I love it.
So, I love my child. And one thing I don't play about is my child. So I told her, eat all you want to eat. Just don't do it at my house.
Hey, I mean, and that would be with anything, right? Whether a man, woman, whatever. Just don't do it in my house.
I tell my son every day, I said, your son is gay. No, he's not. I said, he gay as hell. He gay. 5 years old, but I said, boy, he got sugar in his tank, like they used to say.
Miss Pat, you're not supposed to say these things anymore, Miss Pat.
Sugar in the tank? What's wrong wrong with sugar in the tank? Yeah, that could be Kool-Aid.
That sounds like Diddy.
Oh Lord.
But that made me think of a line you said on the show. Like you said it to your son on the show, like, I'll kill you and claim you on my taxes. Are those like real life lines that you say in real life that you just
But it was when y'all watch the second season, you'll see, like, it's just, the show is so real to my real life that the co-creator, literally, when we was developing the show, he had a whole list of things that I just said out the rip, or we in the car. And it was so crazy, because when it was time to write it, he's like, oh yeah, you said this right here. I was like, when did I say that? He always capturing magic in a bottle with me. And then when he put it out there, it is just so real. Because I'll be like, oh, that do sound like me. He was like, you said that. Even the idea of me cussing on the show came from the co-creator. Because I was like, you don't put a big black woman cussing on TV? And he's like, I'm putting a mom that's real on TV.
Boom.
That's right.
Boom. Because we hear it live. You just had to tell folks, be quiet. I'm trying to do a podcast, but that's I think the thing about the show that I like the most. I don't even usually like a lot of sitcoms, but this one feels so real. It feels like I done been in them situations. Like I done been in some of them.
Yes.
How did it get to the point where you have one show that airs explicitly, you can say everything, and then there's other places where you have more of a, like, how did that come about?
What do you mean? Like on linear? Or,
yeah, like, you have a whole unedited part that comes out too on BET linear, Plus. Right? Plus, yes.
Plus. So linear is TV. So the show was created only for BET Plus. Because it was originally at Hulu. Hulu dropped it. So BET picked it up. It was only supposed to be on BET Plus. Well, it did so well.
Boom.
And it like broke out. People went crazy over it. So they moved it over to Paramount. Uncensored, but they put it on TV, which is BET, but they bleeped it and they cut out all the monologue. And people's like, when it came out, people act like it was a new show. Oh my God, I just love this show. And I was like, this show is so much better if you would take your ass over to BET Plus and look what they really took from you.
That's what I was trying to get at. It is almost two different shows, but if you watch, she's right. If you watch that BET one, it's hilarity. Like, but congratulations, first of all.
Yes.
The show is popping, baby. We put it on TV.
Thank you.
So I'm just curious. Go ahead, babe.
Oh no, I was just going to say congrats. Also, we heard about the Emmy nomination for the best comedy series director, and that's amazing.
Yes. You know what? Let me say this. BET Plus is only 2 years old, y'all. So we the little show over there that wish we could. And when I first got picked up from them, we got dropped from Hulu because Hulu is larger. I was a little hurt, but then I had to tell my co-creator, I said, one thing I've learned in life, you got to fuck with people who want to fuck with you. So
right. That's right. That's right.
You can't force to be in nobody's house if they don't want you in their house. So he was like, but they're only 2 years old. And plus I had never heard of BET Plus. Never had I didn't even know they had it there. So when we went over there and I told him, I said, one thing I know how to do is set up a trap. I've trafficked enough cocaine in my life to know how to get people to come and buy the good shit. And he was like, what are you talking about? I said, as long as we make it good, they're going to come. Word of mouth is way more businesswoman. Any commercial, any advertising, anything, word of mouth. Because when people talk, they talk at the dinner table, at the bus stop, in the bathroom. If it's good, they're going to share it. And what happened was they shared it. People like, oh my God, this is so good. They'll text 5 of their friends who never heard of Miss Pat or the Miss Pat show. And that got it popping and it broke the app. So, for us to be over there
right
on our first season and to get nominated for an Emmy, BET has never been nominated for an Emmy. At BET,
look at that.
Awesome. First nomination.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Right? Like, you deserve all the
that's amazing.
Wow. Listen, I know, we are TV connoisseurs. We know a good show when we see one.
Yeah,
so
we're about to binge the whole season.
Right. I like that though. The energy is getting put behind it because it is a good show. And so what's like the hopes for this show? Is it going to be like our new, there's Martins, there's those, you gotta it's already starting out legendary, Miss Pat.
You know what's so crazy? When we was doing it first, everybody do say this show is a little bit of Martin, a little bit of Lucy, because the co-creator is a big Lucy fan. He grew up watching sitcoms. I grew up selling dope. I just have a story. So I get compared to Martin, Bernie Mac a lot, Archie Bunker, because I
all
say
in the family.
Are scared to say. So I'm hoping that it looked like we might end up being legendary. I hope we win an Emmy, for BET and for BET Plus to say, no matter where you put me, I'm the underdog. Everybody was nominated for 17 Emmys and all of this and all of that. And I look and I say to myself, hey, y'all, my show just as good, but you want to ignore me because I'm on BET Plus. But I don't go ignore. Even if I got to get butt ass naked and shake my titties in your face, you gonna look at it.
You gonna see me.
And I tell people, there's like, oh my God, the second season is so much better than the first season. I said, well, you ain't even seen the third season.
Oh, I like that.
I love that. There's no material. You're not gonna run out of material, are you, Miss Pat? Like, I mean.
Every time one of the things me and my co-creator Jordan E. Cooper said, we said when the material is gone, we gone. We want to cut the lights. We want to be the one to cut the lights off on this show. But I swear to you, every time a season ends, I have 20 more ideas that we could have done. And I asked him the other day, I said, are we ever going to run out of stuff?
Well, you still listen. You said this is based on your real life. You're still raising babies. You're still raising babies, and you still got stories to tell.
Still living.
Family members. I mean, day-to-day things that I deal with. I mean, and I just take those things and I put them into shows, and I talk the language of the people. Like, I'm a real family. You have this black man that plays my husband. His name is J. Bernard Calloway. Usually when the woman is fat, she always chasing a man. And I never understood it. I was like, y'all, I'm 50 years old. I have never had a problem getting laid. So why do y'all have fat women chasing men?
Why is that even a thing?
Yeah, why is that a thing?
I like that. You're breaking the stereotypes. That's right. I never, just because you might be a little overweight doesn't mean that you like on TV shows.
I've never had a problem getting laid. I've been getting laid since elementary school. I've been getting laid since elementary school, so I'm good.
Oh my gosh.
I still can't believe you're sitting right here, but this is crazy. Okay,
this is awesome.
Miss Pat, you got season 3 coming out, and there's a lot of anticipation coming on now. This is a topic that, like, I know you're there, so I don't want to, but do you want to take it somewhere else? Do you want to go to NBC, get on mainstream thing? Like what is the goal? Like year 10? I'm not saying right now, but down the line, is it like?
I want to stay right where I'm at, because let me tell you something about BET and BET Plus. They understand the blackness. They ain't trying to tone down no blackness. Right. Let me tell you something. Every woman don't cook, but every time it's a family on TV, they got that bitch in the kitchen chopping vegetables. This is 2022. Don't nobody cook no more with all this.
Look, I haven't even been in the grocery store.
DoorDash, all that.
We don't even go to grocery store to we had that shit delivered at the door now.
Instacart, that's what I'm talking about every day.
Man.
If you chopping vegetables, it better be Thanksgiving, Easter, or Christmas. Ain't no bitch just making no potato salad on no Wednesday.
You better buy it and doctor it up. What do you know about the doctor it up, boy? So that, I think that acting, obviously, it came naturally, but which one do you like more? Like, is stand-up, acting, like,
I love stand-up. Let me tell you why I love stand-up. Stand-up is what got me here. Stand-up is what I own. Stand-up is what I control. Don't get it twisted. This D-Folk show, it just got my name on it. I just put my ideas in. At the end of the day, they spending them millions of dollars every week to make this show. Not me. They paying me. So in the end, this is they shit. Stand-up is my shit. It's what I control. And nobody can ever take that from me.
Dang.
That's right.
And that's spoken like a true businesswoman.
We dropping
love that
nuggets on folks. And so with stand up, okay, is there any chance that there's going to be a Queens of Comedy type of stuff coming back where it's like folks come in there, the headliners are the headliners, and what are your thoughts on that concept? I'll just say.
I like working alone. I don't want to be grouped with anybody. I mean, not that I want, but right now I'm enjoying working alone because I get it's my show. It's me. They came to see me. Like I'm moving in the theaters now, but I'm moving in there by myself. So
wait a minute. Did she just say I'm moving in the theater. So
she sure did.
Out by myself. I'ma just fill in the blanks. I'm sorry, didn't want to interrupt, but okay.
I really enjoy, and if you look at some of the best comedians, they did it by themselves, not with a whole build or a bunch of comedians.
That's true.
So I like working by myself. I like doing my own show, and doing what I do. But again, not to say if you're gonna pay me that I won't jump on the show, because I'll be there. But
that's right.
The brand that I'm trying to do is for me to be by myself.
Love it. And
Love
so when you're
headliner.
talking about, headliner. So when you're talking about, like, we talk about legacy and different things of that nature, you got TV now. You got the stand-up like you were a legend before you got to TV for the stand-up. So like what's left on your to-do type of things list? Like what's something that you want to try to do?
I would like to, actually, I have an overall deal with BET Plus and Paramount. So I would like to do movies. I mean, I haven't been in a movie yet. So I would love to write a movie and be in it.
Oh, wow.
I know that's
I just want to develop. I really like developing. Carrying a show is a lot of fucking work, especially with me. I got an 8th grade education. I'm so tired of reading strips. I ain't never written.
That's true though. That is a lot
amazing.
of that's a lot of the stuff people don't. They probably think comedians just rock up there to just go and be funny, but you got scripts, you got lines. Do you add? How much is it ad-libbing too in there?
Oh God. First season I tried not to ad-lib because I didn't want to take over the strip. So now second season I ad-libbed a lot.
Okay. And is that was that
easier? Was it easier? Yeah.
Well, it's like when you're a comic, so our minds are always going. And if say if the scene is written and I know what I would do or I would really say, or if I think of something funny, I just say, hey, let's do it again and do this. But also my co-creator did the same thing. One thing about, we shoot in front of a live studio audience in Atlanta. So one thing about shooting in a lot, we rehearse for 4 days. So as you hear the material, the strip changes every day.
Oh,
that's
I don't
awesome.
know if people so what is that like to be
I was just going to ask that.
A live studio audience? Like,
that's like theater. That's, it's like you can only do so many takes, right? Like, or how is that like when you guys do mess up?
In front of a live studio, we rehearse for 4 days. So I'm a comedian. So when you give me an audience, I'm going to act the damn fool. So
you're going to bring it every take.
So it's like watching a live play. I mean, our audience is off the chain. They dance. We have a DJ. We have an MC in between takes. And it is so much fun. This is the first time in Atlanta, Georgia has ever had a live studio audience with a sitcom.
Wow.
We were down there and I was down there and didn't even know. This could have been something.
We want to be part of the audience next time. So when the next season starts filming, we're going to pull up the whole cast.
Oh, we have so much fun. It's a party, child. We dance. We holler, we scream. It is, and it started off with just 25 people. And since COVID, the most we could get like 110. And girl, we was turning people away at the end. It's like the new thing to do here. Go watch the Miss Pat shows tape live.
That is crazy. Amazing. Whose idea was that to do a live audience?
My co-creator. Yeah, because he's big on, multicam, that's what it's called. Multicam has started to die. So people stopped shooting in front of live studio audience and just use, laugh tracks. Laugh track. So we didn't want to use laugh track. We wanted real laughter each and every week. So he was like, let's move it to, the show is moving from LA to Atlanta. Let's shoot in front of a live studio audience. And I was like, a live studio audience? They don't do that down there. He's like, well, we're going to do it. And it was rough getting it up and going. And we got it up and going. And it's just killing every week.
And so it used to film in LA at first, you said?
We filmed the pilot in LA.
Oh, okay.
And now everything gets filmed here in the A, so you get to stay home and everything.
Well, yeah, and I work on the radio station on V103 in the morning.
Okay, Miss Pat.
I'm writing this down.
I'm just saying, like, I love to see us winning, and this is like some realness. And so last question, but I always ask people this because like you've changed everything for your family in a sense of like there's a whole nother path. You talk about making movies. That's not normal. I want you to know. So like what is like generational wealth or like that idea of generational mean to you?
I'm gonna leave them a little some.
Me too.
Leave a little some.
So you wanted to
Steve
work
Harvey
for
said
Steve
Harvey said I'm gonna leave you about 10% of all the earnings. Y'all got it on the own after that. Like
y'all got to work for it.
Because you got one child you want to give a little bit more to. That's fucked up, child. I know, Mama, you can't say it because your daughter, but everybody, I love all of them. But I got one I don't like. I got one or two of them I don't like. Do you have a favorite? A lot of parents won't tell you, but
I can tell you who the favorite is. I can tell you who the favorite is. Renee is the favorite. She's been the favorite since birth. Me and Deshay will say that Renee has been the favorite since birth. She can say no, that's not true.
I'm the youngest. Lead with I'm the youngest, and then it just makes sense.
She's the youngest,
like,
so she got away with more. Not the favorite, but she got less of the brunt of a lot of the things that went on in her house. Like when everybody was getting in trouble, Renee just seemed to not be in trouble. It just seemed like for some reason she was never in trouble. So
I be in my own lane. Listen,
look at your mama. Your mama said, "I'm going to my grave with that one. Shut the fuck
up." You got that right, Miss Pat.
You know what? Right. She look just like you, Miss Snoop. That's what it is. Cause my oldest daughter look just like me, and she get on my damn nerves.
That's exactly it. Well,
I bet there's gonna be a lot of moms listening. Like, I definitely got a favorite.
I tell mine in their face. My favorite is June, but everybody else can go to hell.
She said a name.
Everybody else was a one night stand. June was my baby.
I can't believe Miss Pat is sitting right here, y'all. Miss Pat, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. This was great. It was so much fun. So much fun.
Y'all go check out the Miss Pat show if you got some sense.
BET Plus preferred.
Yes. Season 2 is out right now. And if you don't have BET Plus, you can get it on Amazon Prime. It's out, so please go check it out. And it's some really deep episode. Young ladies, all of us black, I did a black hair episode that is going crazy on the internet. And it's really to show you where the root of the pain of the black hair come from. And it's combing a little girl hair and the wrong things parents choose to say, like, set your nappy head ass down. You're crunching. You know how mamas, some parents do, not you, Miss Snoopy, but you like,
look, I said,
my hair was, I know my hair was the challenge.
They called them B2Bs. We know what you're talking about. They were talking about our B2Bs.
Let me tell you, my hair was the challenge. I had, as you can see, I had the probably the thickest and the most coarse hair. So I think my hair was the reason why we all went to the hairdresser. My mother was like, after she did mine, she was like, just everybody going. I can't do another head. So
that's episode 3. Make sure y'all check out the season 2 of the Miss Pat Show. And my website is misspatcomedy.com for all my tour dates. Thank you, ladies.
Miss Pat
I'm gonna try to make one. I definitely want to be at one.
Yes.
Well, thank you. I will let Pam to let you know when we start back up.
Oh yeah, please do. We'll come through. Everybody ain't funny. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. This is real life funny. Everybody want to be funny these days.
You had us laughing from the speakerphone. We were cracking up with you when you were on the phone.
It's like we was just at a live episode.
I'm like, Pam, I don't know what kind of shit they sent me, and I can't. I know kids here. I got an 8-year-old here, and she already think I'm dumb. I ain't gonna ask her ass.
Well, I'm glad
we're like, look, we understand. Look, we even have problems ourselves. We're like, we're
listen. I have problems every day. Let me just say it, every day.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
Nice meeting you too.
Nice meeting you.
Bye-bye.
Wonderful.